welcome to a Rubber Redneck video tutorial. Today's video I'll be demonstrating my June customer promotion. Place any order through my Stampin' Up! Online store or with me from June 1st to the 30th, 2016, and you will receive the Confetti celebration card in the mail from me. You will also receive the mini PDF for the project that I will email to you by the end of June. For more details, please visit my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com. Today's project, I'm using the Confetti Celebration stamp set from the main catalog, and this is available in wood or clear mount. This is a really fun birthday stamp set, but I thought it'd be really fun to use to kick off the new Stampin' Up! Catalog. And if you haven't seen the new Stampin' Up! Catalog, this is our new catalog for this year, and it is full of awesome new products. I do have a couple other specials going on with this new launch of the catalog, so be sure to check out my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com, to find out more about that. Here's the front view of the card that we're going to be creating today. And then when you open it up, here's the inside. And I'm using those fabulous, fun, and new ink colors. To create this, you want to cut one piece of the Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock, and you're going to cut that at 5.5 by 8.5. Place this onto your Simply Scored scoring tool and score at 4.25. And then fold over on the scored line and crease with your bone folder. And this is one of those new ink colors, just like that color, it's so pretty. Then you want to cut one piece of the Peekaboo Peach cardstock at 4 inches by 5.25. Take the stamp from Confetti Celebration, ink it in Peekaboo Peach, and stamp onto the cardstock, and repeat that until you have the entire piece stamped on. Then you want to cut one piece of the Playful Palette Designer Series paper, and I call that the basic black crosshatch pattern. Cut that at 2.5 by 4 inches. Once you have that cut, then you're going to glue this to your Peekaboo Peach. And you're just going to glue this right in the center here. Then you want to cut one piece of basic black cardstock at 1 3/4 by 4 inches. And then you want to cut one piece of the Playful Palette Designer Series paper in that multi-pattern. And you're going to cut that at 1.5 by 4 inches. And then you want to glue this to your basic black cardstock. And then once you have that glued there, then you want to put glue on the back. And we're going to attach this across that Peekaboo Peach and the designer paper. And I like to use that multi-adhesive glue because I find that it works a little bit better than snail or anything like that. Like if you have a place where it's kind of humid, over time this seems to hold up better and keep my projects together. It can be a little bit more messier. You just have to be a little careful with it. And if you get any that seeps out, just wipe that up with your finger right away. Then you want to cut one piece of silver glimmer paper at 2.5 by 2.5. And you're going to zip that through the Big Shot with the star framelits, die cutting out that piece. And once you have that die cut out, you want to take 2 stamping dimensionals and put them onto the back. And then you're going to attach this over here onto the right side of your layers, going at an angle. Then you want to cut 12 inches of the 3/8 rushed ribbon, the Peekaboo Peach. This is just some gorgeous ribbon and it's so fun. And it comes in all 5 of our new ink colors. And then we're just going to tie this around the layers here. And you may need to adjust the length when you cut that depending on how you tie your ribbon. And my hands are a little bit smaller too, so I don't probably use quite as much as everybody else might. Just putting that out there so you make sure you have enough ribbon cut. What I like to do is actually just leave it right on the roll and then tie it around my project, and then that way nothing gets wasted either. And then just trim that up. Then you want to cut one piece of the Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock at 2.5 by 2.5. Then you're going to zip that through the Big Shot with the layering squares framelits. Now this is a new set of framelits that we are selling this year, and it's squares, and in the squares there comes the scalloped ones and the straight edge ones, and then they layer nicely together. They've been designed to give you just a little border. Super excited about those. And then you want to cut one piece of Whisper White cardstock at 2.25 by 2.25. Then you're going to take that stamp from Confetti Celebration, and you want to ink that in Emerald Envy, another one of our new ink colors. And then you're going to glue this to that Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock. Just place it right in the center. And then once you have that in the center, then you're going to turn this over and you're going to add 2 stamping dimensionals onto the back of this. And you want to put that at the top and at the bottom. And then we're going to attach this to the center of the layers here. And you want to go on the left side, overlapping the ribbon and your star. So then your card panel is going to look like that. And then you want to turn this over again, and we're going to put glue onto the back. And then we're going to place this in the center of the layers. Of the card, excuse me. So that's what it'll look like so far. And then you're going to want to take some of that silver glimmer paper and the confetti star border punch, and you're going to punch out a bunch of little stars. And what you're going to need is 3 big ones and 3 medium ones to start with. And then you're going to want your glue dots for this as well. And then we're just going to place those bigger stars right on to the glue dots while it's on the roll. This will make it easier for attaching these to your card. And then you won't lose them or misplace them. And then we're going to start putting the bigger ones right onto the card. And I put one in top left corner. And then I put another larger one down here on the bottom on the designer paper here. And then you want to put the last one down on the bottom of the Peekaboo Peach cardstock, and you just want to go in a little bit from the right edge of the designer paper, and this helps balance this out. And then those last little ones, they're really tiny. So what I did was I took my glue, and I'm just going to put a little dotted glue up here in the top right corner of that Whisper White cardstock. You don't want a lot, just a little bit. And then we're going to attach one of the medium stars to that. And then you want to put another glue dot a little bit of glue here on the R, and then attach your star to that one. And then you can add the third one or leave it off. I'm going to leave it off on this. And then you want to take some rhinestone basic jewels, and you want one of the large ones, and put that up here in the top left corner of that Whisper White cardstock. And then I took one of the medium ones and put it over here onto the Peekaboo Peach cardstock on the right. And then now you've kind of balanced out your card so it flows well together. Now for the inside, I kept it pretty simple. You want to cut one piece of Whisper White cardstock at 4 inches by 5.25. Then you want to cut one piece of the Playful Palette Designer Series paper in that basic black cross hatch pattern. Cut that at 1/2 inch by 2 inches. And then you want to glue this down here onto the bottom of your Whisper Weight cardstock. And you're just going to line that up on the right edge there. Leave a little bit of that Whisper Weight showing on the bottom. And then you want to glue this to the inside of the Sweet Sugar Plum cardstock. And then that completes the June customer card. Be sure to visit my blog, rubberredneck.typepad.com, to find out how to get this card in the mail from me for free and to get that mini PDF. Thank you for watching.